Oh yeah, you know, Don, I like it. I do. You know, you need a car, Donald. You need a. Where's your car? You know what? A boat. Let's do a boat. Yes, I'm gonna call somebody. This is no doubt going to be the most difficult 2 p.m. boarding group ever in the history of the boarding group. Hey there everyone, it's another magical day here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now today it's a bit more crowded than we've seen it in the past. Here's the outside of Toy Story Midway Mania, but believe it or not, the line goes all the way out and around back towards where Woody is, right over there. Despite the longer line, it still says 10 minutes, and I believe it. If we look over here, the Slinky Dog Dash line goes all the way out by that green umbrella. Slinky Dog Dash is a 50-minute wait, 50. Wow. Looking at this line here, it is definitely a long wait for a Slinky Dog Dash. Now, I believe a big reason why it's a lot more crowded today is because Rise of the Resistance has been down for most of the day. Making our way into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, now you can see Chewbacca right up there, waving at us from that distance. Right by the First Order shuttle here, they are indeed taking those 360 photos. Again, great to see. Haven't seen Kylo Ren. See the stormtroopers there just waiting for him, talking a little bit. Time is now 1:52 in the afternoon, and you may have noticed a bit of a shift around Galaxy's Edge. There are a lot of guests who are sitting back and relaxing kind of by the sides of the pathways here. Many of them, I believe, are waiting for that 2 o'clock hour for Rise of the Resistance boarding groups again. Since it's been down for most of the day, this is no doubt going to be the most difficult 2 p.m. boarding group ever in the history of the boarding group. There are a lot of guests sitting by those umbrellas right over there and all around us on their phones, ready for this moment. We've got a great spot here right by the droids. I've got full connection here. I'm gonna do a speed test between the Wi-Fi and the T-Mobile LTE. Disney Wi-Fi's got 4 megabytes per second download and 28 megabytes per second upload. Now let's try the LTE from this spot. T-Mobile's Wi-Fi is reading 2 megabytes per second download and 56 megabytes per second upload. I think we're gonna stick with the Wi-Fi. I think that download probably means more than upload in these situations. Time is now 1:57. I'm in the account, looking at the screen right there, waiting for the virtual queue to open. We're gonna count down the seconds together, and there are a lot of other guests who have stood still. I'm gonna show this to you right now, all around me, who are doing the exact same thing. So we'll see if our way of getting the boarding group is the fastest. More details about how I get the boarding groups to Rise of Resistance in that video right there. Minute and 35 seconds. Literally everyone around me is staring at their phones, getting ready for this moment. This is gonna be a miracle if we get one. 1 minute. Thank you. Be right there. Seeing friends along the way, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I gotta do this. Oh my gosh, I got 39! I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. We got boarding group 39 for the 2 p.m. boarding groups for Rise of Resistance. Oh my gosh. It's always very interesting when that happens, the 2 p.m. time slot happens. There's a lot of people around you who are trying to get boarding groups. You hear a lot of kind of emotions in both directions. Some are cheering, some are saying, oh my gosh, what happened? Seems to happen every single time. Taking a bit of a closer look at the boarding group now, believe it or not, boarding group 39 is a backup boarding group. That goes to show how they're a little bit behind today. They were closed for a while during the day. So we'll see if we get on. Hopefully we do, but it's great to see you can still come in later. I came in closer to 12:30, and I was able to get a boarding group. We'll try it again another day when it hasn't been down for most of the day. That'll be the real test, but today was really cool to see. There are a lot of guests standing right by the entrance there waiting to get in there. Believe it or not even boarding group 1 has gone for Rise of Resistance yet, so it's going to be a bit of a day. I doubt 39 will be called today. Highly doubt it. But it was cool to see that we got it. I want to note that the crowds today are extremely intense. Extremely intense. Much more than I've seen before. There are some situations where I feel like you got lots of space out here, as you can see, right in this moment. But there are a lot today where in those walkways where it's extremely difficult to keep that distancing. That's something to watch out for. My feeling kind of stays the same here. I feel like it's still this crowded throughout the day because even boarding group 1 is still here in the park. They haven't left the park. They haven't gone to a pool. You know, some guests may do that during the day after their Rise of the Resistance time. But since no one is gone, everyone's still in the park, see what I mean? So I learned some more details about what's happening today. Sure enough, there was a really big storm yesterday, and it's knocked out a little bit of the power to Muppet Vision 3D and Rise of the Resistance. Disney's working on it right now. They're actually hoping it'll be up within the next 30 minutes. That's super fast. That's super fast. And I spoke to some cast members. They made it to group 60 or 70 the other day, and they've made it to group 90, I think, some days, which has been great. So they're saying it might happen, 39, you know, today. We'll see. I'm not worried. We've been on it. It's just really fascinating to see that even at 2 p.m., the 2 p.m. boarding group, you can be a late riser, for example, sleep in a little bit, you can still get a boarding pass for Rise the Resistance. It's true, you won't get the very first boarding group. Those go to those who are here at 10 in the morning. That being said, if you do like sleeping in, don't want to be here that early, you now have the option to get here a little bit later. We'll try it again when everything's at full power and see how we do. I want to give another major shout out to cast members here at Disney. Always making us smile. No matter what the situation, power outage, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're here and they make the magic. Thank you, cast members. The most popular locations here, Hollywood Studios, still filling up fast. I'm telling you, you gotta get these reservations really early. Sci-fi, nothing open. Came over to see how long their line was for Mickey and Minnie's. 55 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's just such a crowded day here at Hollywood Studios. So let's make our way somewhere else. I have no doubt that that's going to become an issue for us as we move forward, because now we're used to a level of the crowds that they're never going to get back to. We can't get into that habit where it's like, oh, it's crowded because there's a 30-minute wait. That cannot become our new standard for crowds. We got to get used to the more crowded again. I keep checking the app at Sci-Fi and 50's Prime Time in the hopes that some reservation opens up at last minute, because I miss those restaurants. I really do. I keep doing this though. I keep getting these habits where it's like, oh, I don't need to plan out in advance. It's okay, it's low crowds. You do need to plan out in advance. Make sure you make that plan. Think about it in advance. That way you can go to your favorite dining location. 50's Prime Time, book solid today, like other days. After doing this a couple times, I decided to check in the app, and I found a reservation for 50's Prime Time next week, so that's great to see. Not too far. Sci-Fi, there's nothing for 3 weeks. There's no reservations for Sci-Fi for 3 weeks solid. That's a popular spot, let me tell you. I'm seriously thinking about leaving Hollywood Studios for a dining experience at one of the resorts. I think I might. It's so crowded today that there is a line to get into the store. I hardly have seen that since the start. Before we make our way out and before we start thinking about making our way out and dining experiences, let's stop by Tower of Terror again and see the gift shop. I heard there's some new ears there. Soundtrack starts for Mickey and Minnie. They're making their way down the street. Hey, Chip. Hey. All right. Love your car, Minnie. Love it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love the style and everything. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you know, Don, I like it. I do, you know, you need a car, Donald. You need where's your car? You know what? A boat. Let's do a boat. Yes, I'm going to call somebody. It's going to happen. Thanks, Donald. All right. I love that. That was the best. Yeah, Mickey, all right. Even the seats are themed with Mickey, the red and black there. That is awesome. Wow, what a parade. Cavalcade here. The waves of crowds is still happening. I discussed it earlier. You'll see like sometimes there's like very few people, and then in different areas there's like a wave of people. I can hear the Disney Society Orchestra and friends from here. I can hear them. Maybe we have to check that out. Just found out this show has about 3 minutes left to it, so we'll catch a longer show a little bit later. We've been in this gift shop recently, but let's see if we can find these Tower of Terror ears that I've heard a lot about. I looked and I asked a cast member. No more Tower of Terror ears, they're all sold out. They do have the lovely bellhop hat, however. Super nice. Rise the Resistance is not boarding quite yet, so I'm gonna do something I don't usually do. I'm gonna search for menus in advance of leaving Hollywood Studios, so I can think about what I might want rather than kind of like going out and then trying to decide while I'm there. More often than not, I kind of go and walk and, oh wait, maybe I'd prefer to go somewhere else. This time I'm gonna try and be ahead of that. At the Caribbean Beach Resort, they have the traditional Cuban, which is a pressed Cuban sandwich stuffed with pulled pork, ham, Swiss pickles, and mustard, served with French fries. That sounds incredible. Didn't take too long at all. Let's go to Caribbean Beach. Just check the boarding group status. They're not boarding right now. They're not. That's okay. We have another day as well. We'll experience this together. Now, Caribbean Beach. Almost forgot to mention they're using the new scanners here at Hollywood Studios for the security checkpoint. Makes things easier for most. For the camera gear and the backpack, I get stopped every time. That's okay. The system's learning. Well, that's something unique that I haven't heard before. They just made an announcement that they're experiencing thunderstorms in the area and they might have to shut down the Skyliner. We're in it right now. See, we're launching right now to get to Caribbean Beach. That's great. I'm guessing a bus could take us back to Hollywood if needed. Yeah, we're not going to get stuck. We'll be all right. But it's one of those things. Now, I'm guessing that it probably would be faster to walk from here to the Centertown Marketplace, but it's such a hot day today. Let's take a bus. It's, you know, it's convenient. We'll relax a little bit. Here at the bus station, but they've got this map here to give us a better idea of how close it is. There's the Disney Skyliner right there. You can kind of see it's like right in between those two walkways, whether you go around this way or around this way. And it's a super hot day. It's got to be like 90, 93 degrees. So I think bus is bad. That didn't take too long. Here we go. We've made it to Old Port Royale, and now I can see those darker clouds making their way in. That announcement came in nice and early on the gondola for those storms. Got a table before I submitted the order, and I can tell you the main quick service location here inside Caribbean Beach, super quiet. I mean, there's literally no other guests in here except for me, but that's a little surprising. The traditional Cuban here at the Caribbean Beach Resort comes with your choice of macaroni and cheese or French fries. It's gonna be French fries today for this guy. Let's see, it probably won't take too long at all because I'm the only person here, only guest here. It has gotten a lot darker out there, like a lot darker outside. So we may be stuck in here for a little bit. That's okay, that is not a bad thing. Nothing to, no, it's not a bad thing. It has arrived from Centertown Market. We've got the Cuban sandwich. Looks delicious right there. A little bit on the small side, but I'm very, very excited to see how it tastes. Come with fries as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and just take a big old bite into one side right here. Bon appetit. The first bite was mostly bread there. I didn't really get to the meat yet. Second bite. As far as Disney quick service sandwiches go, it's good. It is good. In my opinion, it's missing a little bit of sauce to it. It's got that pickle taste like that. Mustard, you can taste the ham. Does taste good, but somehow it needs something else. I'm putting a little bit of mayo on there, seeing if it adds anything there. Definitely not mayo, maybe barbecue sauce. The barbecue tastes like barbecue, not bad, but I feel like they need to maybe cure the meat a little bit more, season it more with something else, some other spices. I'm thinking Old Bay, always go to Old Bay first, and other spices. I'm sure the cooks in our Disney family will know best, but a little bit more spice to it. As I'm sitting here enjoying my sandwich, something very interesting has happened on the app. In the My Queues section, we got the boarding group. It now says Riser Resistance Boarding Group 39, not boarding. Unfortunately, we are unable to accommodate your group. The attraction has reached capacity for today, which I believe means they were not able to open it back up today. Rest assured that is an extremely uncommon occurrence for the ride to shut down and not be able to open back up during the day. Happens every so often. This was a very unique circumstance, so unfortunately they couldn't open it back up. I know they'll have it open tomorrow. I have no doubt in my mind, but that's all right. At least we were here to kind of test that out, that you can get a boarding group at 2 p.m. Overall thoughts on the Cuban sandwich here from the Caribbean Beach Resort? Not my favorite. I definitely wouldn't go out of my way for it. Probably wouldn't get it again. I want to try something amazing here in the future, but that's what it's all about. You try different things, find the best items all around Walt Disney World. Now my plan was to take the bus back to the Caribbean Beach Resort hub for the gondolas and then go to Hollywood Studios, but the storm is definitely rolling in, like 100%, getting dark outside, everything. And I'm thinking that I might just go to Riviera, kind of just like walk over there, do more exploring. You know, I love that resort. Explore around here too, and depending on where the rain is, you know, we'll have to make decisions. You know, it's really interesting. We've been living near Disney for over a year. And I've talked about how my, thoughts on it, really enhanced the magic and all that. We talked about that. But something really interesting is happening, or at least I've noticed recently, with this. In the past, when I've been at Disney, I don't really mind crowds. Look at all those people for Rise the Resistance. We talk about crowds, but I don't really mind being around them. I love Disney, and crowds are just kind of part of the magic in a way. In my opinion, we've talked about this situation so much, we don't need to rehash it again and again. But what's so interesting is we moved to the Orlando area, and there was none of this, right? We had the Halloween and a lot of the summer and Christmas. It was amazing, magical, right? And then this happened. When it happened, there were a lot of unknowns. Still are a lot of unknowns. But it happened, and I was expecting a really big change, in terms of, we won't be able to experience the magic. It'll be diminished for us in some way, and it didn't really happen that way. This situation has taught me that I am going to love this place no matter what, because I was afraid even during all this, in the early months, March and April, saying to myself, oh my gosh, this is going to change my outlook. And then when we found out, this was going to be a masks in the park and all that, you know me, I like to keep the real world, taxes and all those things, paying bills. That is outside of the Disney experience for me. And this is kind of like the outside, right? It's not part of the magic. But you see how we've almost adapted something that is required, and it's like a real world thing, to be part of the magic in many ways. Now I can tell you right now, it's a different experience. It is a different experience. I'm not saying that, oh, it's the exact same thing. No changes at all, same exact magical experience. Not at all, not at all. What I'm saying is that the magic is still here, and that I feel it, and that in many ways, I'm surprised. I'm surprised at how much we, as Disney enthusiasts, as those who love this place so much with all our hearts and soul, can adapt to anything, can adapt our love of the magic for anything. If we can adapt for this, we can adapt to anything. One day in the future, I don't know when, but one day in the future, this is all going to be a memory. This is all going to be in the past, this situation. And when it happens, when that is the case, I think we're going to appreciate it even more. I think we're going to love it even more. Just think about it. Something is taken away because of a circumstance out of our control, and then eventually it comes back. In so many ways, this is going to enhance it so much, because we're going to be able to say these are great times, you know, and appreciate those times. And I feel like for me, it just solidifies everything that I ever wanted in living near Florida, which was to appreciate everything that Disney is to me. Just a few of my thoughts as we go through a very unique experience together. Very, very unique. By the way, you see we gravitated back to Riviera. It's impossible for me to stay away from it. I'm seeing a 10-minute wait for Toy Story Midway Mania, and I'd love to take the gondola back, but I'm not 100% sure if it's running because it's sprinkling just a little bit. I keep hearing small announcements, so I'm gonna find out. One of these days I'm gonna get best of the month on Toy Story Midway Mania. That's a goal of mine. It's running! Let's go fly with the Skyliner. I feel like we've ridden the Skyliner before in like a pouring rain. It's just sprinkling at the moment, but pretty sure we didn't get too wet. Ah, we found one of the cabins that does not speak to us. I prefer this, honestly. That's my preference. The thing is, you hear it so many times. I prefer the monorail spiel. This is fine, but the monorail spiel in terms of vehicles talking to you, that's the one that I want to hear over and over and over again. It's nice when it's quiet. It's one of those unique Florida sunny and raining moments. Actually, it was for a moment. Oh, looks like, see, that's how fast it is.
Yay, rain is good.
I do want to note, even though I get stopped every single time by security because the new scanner detects all the camera gear, it's much faster than in the past. They're so efficient with it now. I have a feeling I'm probably gonna, and as long as I bring in the backpack, probably get stopped most times. But if it's, you know, it's just like 1, 2, 3 and you're out of there, I'm telling you, 30 seconds. It's done. It's pretty quick. Time is now 5:27 in the afternoon. You can see the line has kind of gone down quite a bit there. So again, the afternoons, as I mentioned before, continue to be a really good time to visit the park. Quite a difference from what we saw earlier today. It says 10 minutes. I believe it. Hot day at Disney. Try the line for Toy Story Midway Mania. Fantastic AC. I didn't even know that the second track was open here at Toy Story Midway Mania, but it is. They're sending us in all 3 directions today. Walk on attraction. Best this month. Going for best this month. I'm feeling really good about this one. Oh, we got 171,000 by the time we got to Surge. Here we go. Surge. Here we go. Come on. 296,400. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Not our best ever, but pretty good. Best this hour, 296,400. That's a great feeling. I don't see anyone in line. Think I can go again? My arm is way too tired for that second run. There's our old score, 296,400. It's nice to see your score as you go around again. I love that feeling. Thanks to the cast members for letting us do it again. As we were leaving, there was still no one in line, so that's very, very interesting to see, but no surprise. Headed back toward the Falcon now. I gotta tell you, flying it by yourself is a super cool experience. It's just fun.
Come closer, come closer.
This is close.
One pilot.
You
will be able to steer with it.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Make the jump to light speed.
Here we go. Woo!
Yes,
Whoa.
keep shooting. Take evasive action.
Evasive.
Let's brake. Good work. Okay. It's much more. Fire the missiles at the train. Hurry.
Go. There we go. My droid wasn't acting fast enough.
Collapsing.
Go. Ah.
Left pilot. Hit the booster.
Let's do it.
Let's get up.
Yeah. That always takes me by surprise every time.
Yes.
I've never gotten paid by Honda. What's going on here? Thank you very much. Ugh. I always listen to what she says, and scrap metals, I know, not the highest achievement you can get. Doc Ondors haven't been in here during this time. Wow, that is a very, very interesting sight there. Very few people with us. Now, there are a few items here that I don't recall from the last time we were here. We got the Sith obelisk there, but it's not huge. It's a smaller one. And we got the large red Kyber crystal. See how it's like, it's a huge one, right? Not the ones you put inside those lightsabers. It's this gigantic one. It's actually right by the busts of Sidious and Darth Maul. Here's something else I don't recognize, the Emperor's Cane there, $150 for that one. I can't say I've seen this before, at least I don't remember it. Check out the Maz statue right there. I've definitely not seen that one before. $130 for that one. It's not huge, it's a smaller one, but it's super cool. Check out the Imperial credit there. 60 Imperial credits is what it costs you. Comes with this little case right there. I would imagine it's a gift card, not sure, but that would be my guess. There's even more of these Imperial credits in these boxes right here, so maybe they're not gift cards, not sure. Might ask a customer about that. Just learned that some of the very special jewelry that you can find at Galaxy's Edge is now inside these cases here because, and we heard this earlier, Savi's workshop is now housing more of those lightsabers, but you can see a lot of that great jewelry that we have seen before here in Galaxy's Edge. Several pieces I do not recognize, but so great to see. Great for anyone who loves Star Wars. The partner medallion necklace, kind of the yin to the yang there. Sure enough, we did find out a few days ago, I mentioned Savi's workshop being open. It's open for lightsabers that you can purchase, not building. So maybe we'll stop in there just to take a look. Maybe not. I'm going to see what the procedure is down here. Now we're about to go into the exit for Savi's workshop, which is now where they keep those lightsabers. But I want to take a quick look. Just sanitized, and now I'm just walking through. We're going to go to number 2 here. Look at this lightsaber.
Right there, slides up to activate.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, very cool. Oh yeah, that's very cool.
I love this. It works with one and a half.
There's something about that emitter. Tilde Spire, as we say. That was so cool. Thank you very much. Have a good one with this gate. Okay. I'm glad we stopped in there because that is the new showcase area for those pre-built, the legacy lightsabers here at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. When you walk in, you're asked to sanitize immediately. Everyone has to, and then you get a one-on-one experience. They show you as many of the different lightsabers as you want to see. You're shown how to, start the lightsaber with the emitter, all that good stuff. They walk you through it, talk you through it. Then you can make your way out. They show you any of the accessories that you want to see, and then you exit through the front. So you actually go through the experience backwards, but it's a very nice, personalized, safe experience. Luke Skywalker one is the one that calls to me the most. There's something about that lightsaber. I've got mine. I love mine. There's something about that one. I wonder if there are any last-minute reservations at Oga's Cantina. I doubt it. I doubt it beyond doubt it. I'm just gonna look. Not on the Disney app, and it's been super accurate, so I'm gonna walk around just a little bit more. I'm thinking about some blue milk. It's been a long time. I kind of want to try it again. It's been a long, long time. As far as I remember, I did like it, but I didn't love it. I want to see if that's still the case. Now that I'm looking at the menu itself, and I'm thinking back to it, I'd just rather have a Dole Whip. I don't know. It's okay. It's not my favorite though. Blue milk's not my favorite. I'm gonna pass by this time. There may be another time we'll try it again. It's just, it wasn't my favorite when we tried it, so we will oops, going by. We'll try it again another day, but maybe I'll go get a Dole Whip tonight. We'll see. I've got a great idea for Batu here at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We should have a blue milk, a green milk, and then we should have a purple milk that tastes almost like the Night Blossom, but with a Star Wars twist. That's my thoughts on it. I would just be more tempted to have something that I knew tasted like a Night Blossom. I know it's, it's Pandora, but still. The day Rise the Resistance closed for the entire day. Sure enough, is still closed. I was really hoping it would open back up. I thought it would, but they needed to make sure it was safe for everyone. Totally get that. That's all right. We've ridden it before. We're gonna ride it again. Positives. My only thought is, I want to make sure that people who are here on vacation had the opportunity to ride it. I don't know, but I would imagine if you had a boarding group that wasn't a backup boarding group, Disney would be able to kind of help you out and make sure you got another one for another day. As I'm walking, I'm debating. I'm thinking about going to the Polynesian, getting that Dole Whip. It's been on my mind since I saw that blue milk. Thinking about it. One last look. Good night, Hollywood Studios. Ode to a Dole Whip. To get a Dole Whip or not to get a Dole Whip? That is the question. A question that my stomach will answer. That's your line. A little bit of stage fright from the stomach there, so I'll have to make the decision for him. Now you may be thinking to yourself, Michael, how could you get a Dole Whip right now if you can't park at the Polynesian? Because you can't, it's closed, it's only for resort guests. The way I would do that is by parking at the TTC, which is now closed. Okay, well then that's, I guess we're not doing that. Okay, well, solve the problem right there. Don't worry, we'll get Dole Whip another day. Thanks so much for being a part of the magic with me today. It was so much fun sharing it all with you. Until next time, have a magical day.